أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Today inshallah we are going to continue with page number 38 of Tabir al-Qur'ani. Let's start with the Arabic text now. ولم يرد ولم يرد بالصيغة الإسمية إلا في آية واحدة هي التي ورد فيها الإنفاق اسما، وهي قوله تعالى: الصابرين والصادقين والقانتين والمنفقين والمستغفرين بالأسحار. This is Al Imran, ayat number 17. أي أصحاب هذه الصفات. Uh, Here, Dr. Fadil Samarai starts by telling us that the ism, the siga of ism, of this verb, here infaq, occurs only once in the Quran in the verse, he also mentioned this in page number 36, like here in this word, والصابرين والصادقين والقانتين والمنفقين والمستغفرين. So yunfiqu, this infaq has been used in the ism form in only one verse. This is those who are the patient, the truthful, those who devotedly just obedient, those who spend, also al-munfiqin. So this and those who seek forgiveness before this bil ashar, before dawn. So here that is these are the ashab hazil sifat. So these are the people whose qualities are permanent and established. So these are the also of mu'minin, it was mentioned in page number 36. وهو في سياق أوصاف المؤمنين الدالة على الثبات. So here, this is the mention of the people whose qualities are permanent and established. So he continues on saying that ومثل ذلك التسبيح. So now he mentions tasbih. Let's see here. ومثل ذلك التسبيح فإنه ورد بالصيغة الفعلية كثيرا للسبب نسفه، وذلك نحو قوله تعالى قوله تعالى ويسبحونه وله يسجدون. So here, this is the ayat of sajda, so we need to do the sajda. So this is to ayat number 206 from Surah Al-Araf. وَيُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. This is the first ayat of Surah Jummah. Let's continue reading. Then we'll see, because these are just examples that he mentioned. وَلَمْ يَرِدْ بِالصِّيغَةِ الْوَصْفِيَّةِ إِلَّا فِي آيَتَيْنِ إحداهما في وصف here نبي الله يونس عليه السلام قال فلولا أنه كان من المسبحين للبث في بطنه إلى يوم يبعثون. This is from Surah Safat, ayat number 143 and 44. بمعنى أنه كان هذا وصفه الثابت فنجا لأنه كان من أصحاب هذا الوصف. Let's complete this paragraph. والمجيء بالصيغة الوصفية هنا إشارة إلى أن مداومة التسبيح تخلص من القلوب والمكاره، وأن يونس إنما نجا من هذه الشدة بمداومته على التسبيح. So here He's saying that after mentioning that these all in the first that these all traits are permanent and these are the qualities of the people like whose these qualities are permanent and established. Similarly, he's mentioning مثل ذلك tasbih, declaring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's perfection, doing the tasbih. فإنه ورد so it just appears mostly in the verbal form بصيغة الفعلية كثيرا لسبب نفسه for the same reason وذلك نحو قوله تعالى like as in the example ويسبحونه وله يسجدون, they glorify him and prostrate to him. Also, whatever is in the heavens and the earth, like يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض, whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on earth glorifies Allah. This is the ayah number 1, Surah Jummah. Like he then says that, however, the descriptive, like bisigat al the descriptive, or we can say this nasiga of the wasf or the quality, the sifa form of the tasbih occurs only twice. Illa fi ayatain. Tasbih occurs only twice in the Quran. First is in the describing Prophet Yunus alayhi salam. He was as the wasf of as the quality of sifa of the Nabi of Allah Yunus alayhi salam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَالَ فَلَوْلَا أَنَّهُ كَانَ مِنَ الْمُسَبِّحِينَ, had he not been among the ones who glorify al-musabbihin, a permanent trait, like he would have remained in its belly until the day they are resurrected. لَلَبِسَ فِي بَطْنِهِ إِلَى يَوْمِ يُبْعَثُونَ. This is Surah Safa. So that means بِمَعْنَى أَنَّهُ كَانَ هَذَا وَصْفٌ ثَابِتٌ. Like that means this was his constant characteristics. Characteristic. Like he was one of those who continuously glorified Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and because of that quality, he was saved from distress. This is uh, about Yunus alayhi salam. So, this والمجيء بالصيغة الوصفية. So the use of this descriptive form, this siga of wasf or sarf or this sifa form here indicates that this gives the ishara huna isharatan ila an that constant remembrance and glorification of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save a person from calamities. Like this is such a beautiful explanation. Like this, the use of descriptive form here indicates that the this remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this glorification of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that which is constant, that which is a permanent, like it becomes a permanent trait of a person, like it can save person from calamities. Like this is so beautiful. Here, Dr. Father Samurai is telling us about the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam. So he's saying that ولم يرد بالصيغة الوصفية إلا في آيتين, like two ayat, إحداهما في وصف نبي الله Yunus alayhi salam, in these two ayat, فلولا أنه كان من المسبحين and للبث في بطنه إلى يوم يبعثون, telling us the meaning, like بمعنى أنه كان هذا وصف الثابت فنجا لأنه كان من أصحاب هذا الوصف. So it's just indicating towards that, like وأن يونس إنما نجا من هذه الشدة بمداومته على التسبيح. So this was his constant trait. So it is just a lesson for us all as well, like a continuous tasbih of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just can save us from all types of worries, all types of calamities, all types of shir that just happens with us. So subhanallah, this is such a beautiful trait that has been mentioned. So let's continue reading the text now. Wasania, the second reason that he is mentioning, في صفة الملائكة وإنا لنحن الصافون وإنا لنحن المسبحون. This is these are the ayat of Surah Safat. أي هذه صفتهم الثابتة. So this is like a permanent trait. وقد ذكر الله سبحانه أن الملائكة يسبحون الليل والنهار لا يفترون. This is Surah Anbiya, ayat number 20. إذن فالتصبيح وصف ثابت فيهم. إذن فالتصبيح وصف ثابت فيهم. Like the second reason that he gives first, he says that it is a permanent trait of uh, Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, like describing Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, that it was so engraved in him, like he does the tasbih. So like he was one of those who continuously glorified Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is why he was saved from distress. And this is the reason, this is a lesson for us all, the descriptive form of is used here, like it is indicating, it is giving us lesson that a constant just remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and glorifying him can save us from all uh, the hardships, all the calamities. Also secondly, wasani fi sifat al malaikati, like describing the angels, like indeed wa inna lahnu safun wa inna la nahnu musabbihun, like indeed we are those who line up in rows, and indeed we are those who glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِلَّا نَحْنُ الْمُسَبِّحُونَ. This is Surah Safat. So this is that is their fixed and permanent attribute here. So this is their fixed and permanent attribute that is mentioned by Dr. Father Samrai here. He's saying that this is the second time that is used. أي هذه صفتهم الثابتة, a permanent trait. صفتهم الثابتة. Then he mentions here وانظر هنا إلى لطيفة وهي أن ما كان من شأنه ألا يفعل إلا مجازات وليس من شأنه أن يذكر الاتصاف به لم يأتي إلا في تراكيب الأفعال كقوله تعالى ويدل الله الظالمين. And this is Surah Ibrahim, ayat number 27. وَقَالَ وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَحَادِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Surah Hajj, ayat number 54. وَلِكُلِّ قَوْمٍ حَادٍ. This is Surah Rad, ayat number 7. So here, let's complete this page. وَمِنْهُ here وَمِنْهُ قَوْلُهُ تَعَالَى تَذَكَّرُوا فَإِنَّهُمْ مُبْصِرُونَ. Surah Araf, ayat number 201. لأن لأن البصر صفة لازمة للمتقي وأين الشيطان ربما هجبت فإذا تذكر المذكور رأى مذكور. So he just completes this page like saying this, that he's telling us that first he mentions about like he says that this is mentioned in two ayat, for Surah Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, and then for the Malaik, this for the tasbih for the angels, they glorify, like this is their fixed and permanent attribute, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions about two ayat here. And also he's saying that here does this is like their unchanging and eternal trait of the angels. Also, he's saying about friends can see how beautifully the Quran just switches from the verbs and nouns to just reflect uh, here. Like you can notice that they reflect and continuity. These nouns just reflect the continuity or the repetition of an action. So, or you can say the act here. This last paragraph here, وانظر هنا إلى لطيفة وهي أن ما كان من شأنه ألا يفعل إلا مجازات. So this in this Dr. Father Sama is telling us that, and you can see here that you can observe here very ila latifatin, here a very subtle point you can say, wherever an action is of that kind that is not done except as a response, um, uh, like uh, except as a response you can say, or recompense, like mujaza, and it is not the kind of thing for which like one is described as having a continuous quality, then it always appears in the verbal form. Like إلا في تراكيب الأفعال كقوله تعالى, like it just appears in the verbal form and not in the noun or adjective. Like we saying, for example, like وَيُضِلُّ اللَّهُ الظَّالِمِينَ, so and Allah leads astray the wrongdoers. This is in Surah Ibrahim. And similarly, he's saying, وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَهَادِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. They remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and suddenly, like, no, they, for every people, there is a guide. وَلِكُلِّ قَوْمٍ هَادٍ, like, they remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and suddenly, this just continues. وَلِكُلِّ قَوْمٍ هَادٍ, and for every people, there is a guide. And also ومنه قوله تعالى تذكروا فإذا هم مبصرون. They remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like this here, and فإذا هم مبصرون, um, so suddenly they see it clearly. So here he is just ending this paragraph. لأن بصر صفة لازمة للمتقي وعين الشيطان ربما هجبت فإذا تذكر رأى المذكور. So here he just say that because the true insight, basar, this is a natural and lasting quality of the muttaqi, the God-fearing person. But the eye of the one influenced uh, by the shaitan, shaitan. So this may be like veiled or blocked. Like, so when he remembers Allah, his vision just becomes restored and he sees the truth again. Faiza, that's here he just ends it like this. Faiza, تذكر رأى المذكورة. So here, and he sees the truth again. So this is now um, it's just you can say this passage just points out a very like delicate linguistic you can say secret latifa. Like the Quran sometimes is described actions with verbs and other times with nouns or adjectives. So the difference lies as whether the action is continuous quality or just an occasional response. So if something is done as a response, meaning like it happens only in the reaction to something else, this is what Dr. Father Samay told us, like it does not become part of one's nature. Like therefore, the Quran just expresses it as a verb because the verb we know that it indicates an event or you can say a fail that just occurs and so that is why here the example is given yudilullahu, so only like Allah does not constantly just lead everyone astray, like he only does as so as a just like a response to their wrongdoing. So it's just mentioned as a verb, something that happens when the cause appears. So there is the reason behind that that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala astray someone. So similarly, when it's mentioned here, like indeed Allah is a guide for those who believe, like inna Allah lahadil lazina amanu, like those who believe, like guidance is given when people believe as a response to their faith, like not as an unconditional constant action, like applied to everyone, like whoever is believing that Allah is going to guide them. So these are the acts of, we can say, the recompense, majaza, done in reaction to what humans do, not permanent qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dealing with all, like it keeps changing now. Now he's saying that look at this example now, like they remembered and then they saw clearly. تذكروا فإذا هم مبصرون. Like here, seeing clearly, like basar is normally a fixed quality of the God-fearing, like the muttaqi people. So, but when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so uh, here when a believer just forgets, it's as if his inner sight is weak. So like he temporarily loses clarity when he remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again, that wheel just lifts and suddenly he sees the truth again. So again, the Quran just uses a verb because the act of seeing clearly here is, you can say, renewed after the heedlessness. So this is just how these all phrases have been explained by Dr. Father Samrai. The Quran's precision in using the verbs and the nouns like isn't just stylic, like it's having a deep meaning. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions a verb, He just gives us a signal that the act occurs upon a cause, like it's conditional, occasional, or you can say the responsive. So when He uses a noun, it just signals or just tells us that permanence. Something is permanent or it is continuous or natural. So here, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Yudullahu zalimin, not always, but when they choose injustice, it's when they do something wrong. So, also, lahada lazina amanu, so He guides them because they believed. So, also, the zakaru, فَإِذَا هُمْ مُبْصِرُونَ, remembrance just reawakens their insight. So if we want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's favors to become permanent in us, like then we must make obedience and remembrance a permanent act in our lives, like Dr. Father Samari mentioned about Yunus alayhi salam. So for consistency, like turns an action into a trait and a trait into a source of you can say divine protection. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. With this, we have completed page number 38. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.